Hi, I'm Hadrien Feraud. I'm also Hadrien Feraud. I mean, people know me also as Hadrien. Anyways, you're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Jon Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Today we are here with, oh my goodness, Hadrien Feraud. How you doing, Hadrien?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And how do you say that in French?
Oh mon Dieu.
That means oh my God.
Oh mon Dieu.
Okay, OMG. Yeah, we did an interview a few years ago, but so much has happened since then. By the way, that interview is up on the site for BassPlayersOnly.com, and in the little search area, type in Hadrien Feraud, and that interview will pop right up. But that was, like I said, a few years ago. So tell us what you've been doing. What's been keeping you busy the last little while?
Many things. To name all of them. I would say that mainly I've been playing locally in Los Angeles and doing lots of sessions, local gigs, and a little bit of overseas touring, a little bit, just single projects for a few dates here and there, a few clinics. What else?
Well, what have you got going on right now? What's keeping you busy?
The main thing right now is trying to get to get my career starting again as an artist. So right now I'm working at releasing my album. Yeah, right now it's done, ready to go, and there's a few details to take care of, and you guys, tell me about it.
What can you share with us, with these folks here, about the record? What can you tell us? Who's on it? What's the material? Is there anything that you're prepared to disclose right now?
Yeah, it's gonna be entertaining somehow, if I may say. There's the casting is pretty interesting, especially for the lovers of drums, for example. I love drums myself, so. I kind of went crazy on the casting. For those who know the likes of Chris Coleman, Ronald Bruner Jr., Gergo Borlai, Damien Schmidt. We got Eric Moore, Justin Brown, people like that.
Each one playing on one tune?
Yeah. I mean, a few others playing a couple songs. But I like to change it up and to have a different vibe on each song. But there's also a lot of piano players. I mean, I don't want to say it all, but like basically.
No, you wanna keep them wanting more. I think we get the point, though. You have a great cast, and there's many great players on there, and each tune will have a little different flavor because you're going to have different people. Do you have a title for it yet?
It's called Born in the 80s. I thought would be interesting to do that because I'm born in the 80s and I grew up in this era that I didn't get to enjoy, by the way, because I was too young. But
so this was inspired by Taylor Swift, then, right? Whose latest album, 1989, is a reference to the year she was born. So she's a big inspiration of yours.
Of course, yeah. I mean, all those all those altered licks that I do, that's all her.
You stole them from her,
of course.
What kind of equipment are you using?
Well, I play exclusively Ken Smith basses and Mark bass amps, and Elixir strings also. And sorry, go ahead.
Well, you mentioned Ken Smith. You said exclusively. Tell me about the Ken Smith bass that you play.
It's called the Sleek Elite model, and it's made in Japan. It's pretty killing. Many options of sounds and great looks also. Variety of looks, I would say.
I want to ask you, you are well known for your extraordinary technique on the bass. And is there more to it than just, practicing your scales and arpeggios? How do you approach, how did you get from beginner bass player to the level that you are now? Is there some approach that you took that you can share with us that might give some insight?
Oh yeah, it's and the answer to that is really simple. It's just the first thing is a passion, I guess. So whenever there's passion, the word work then takes another definition, because it's never really work. So doing something you love doesn't take any time. I mean, it takes time, but not in your mind. Like, it's that you don't feel it. It's just something you want to be doing. And so, well, about the technique, actually, because I mean, that's something I've been talking about in my clinics and masterclass. Technique is not something I try to get at directly. At first, I would just start with slower songs, lesser notes, and I have to start somewhere. So. And then the more and the more, because I spent a lot of time on it, like I said, when you're passionate, you just spend time. And little by little, I found myself being able to play some of the movements. And I guess that's what's called technique, because when as soon as you're playing a phrase, it's already technique, So I guess that's how it came. And obviously... listening to bass players like I mean, when I discovered Jacko, at first I was a lot into the Motown with Jim Jamison and even Bernard Edwards from Chic, Nathan East and Flea, that was my pre-Jacko, which I'm really proud to actually to have, because it's those are some of the bass players that you cannot avoid if you're going to do this instrument.
So tell me about the future. You mentioned you've been working on this record for a long time. You're excited. I have a feeling this time it's really going to be out in the not too distant future, and we're looking forward to that. But what about beyond that? You must have some other projects percolating in your brain, something that you've always wanted to do, or something else that you're planning, something in the works?
There's a lot of projects that I think about, but right now I'm really trying to focus on just releasing this this damned album, because it's been stagnating. So right now it needs to come out, and once this is coming out, I actually have a third album already almost ready. Also, if I so that's something. It's gonna be something else, different, But yeah, I have many, and I have many projects with different people as well. But I try, how it becomes when many great musicians that you connect with. It's easy to say, okay, let's do something, and we have to do something, and we're gonna do something. And but then it demands a lot of organization, and but right now I'm forcing myself to just really focus on my own.
Well, great. We will all look forward to that, to this one and the next one, and whatever else comes after that, because I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot, and I know it's all gonna be good. I may have asked you this last time, but what would you be, Hadrien, if you were not a bass player? Something outside of music.
Did I say that? I remember saying that. People laughed at it. So now I have to find something else.
What did you say?
Probably I would be into sports now. Yeah? Like maybe a fitness coach or something. Okay. That's something I do well. So eventually maybe if something happens, maybe...
Great. Well, if you ever take up that profession, hopefully just as a side profession, and I hope you continue playing the bass, but give me a call, because I could use some fitness training. Hadrien Feraud, it's always great catching up with you, and boy, we look forward to those projects, and thanks very much. Keep them coming.
it's not always easy because many things can be in your way, and that's when you have to to not lose courage.
But it's worth the wait. I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jon Liebman with Hadrien Feraud. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.